I'm Gia, your feminine style guide. Subscribe for more feminine style, outfit ideas, and inner and outer beauty. Follow my LTK at Gia G. Dixon, where I post feminine style ideas 13 times a day, and sign up to my newsletter for weekly outfit ideas, sales, and glow up tips. I was shopping online on forever21.com right now, and I saw this bag, and it sparked me to make this video. So this bag was like $18, and it was really cute. So I was thinking, I live here in Los Angeles, and if someone makes minimum wage, which is $20 an hour, and their state income tax removes Uncle Sam's part of the deal, you technically make $12 an hour. You cannot afford this bag if you are living on minimum wage and have to live simply, if like you're wise with your money. I was just thinking about this bag because I like to think of things very economically when it comes to style and fashion and beauty also. So if you see like my reviews on 30 Days of Beauty, like performance versus value versus like what a beauty product is actually worth and what you're getting for its potency. So there's a lot that goes into beauty that goes through my mind before I even think about, do I look good in this? But ultimately, when it comes to style and fashion, I think, do I look good in this? Or what makes you feel good? Do you feel good in this? This bag, I realized, I think this is a dupe of a higher end bag. I would buy this bag in a heartbeat. That's the thing about shopping online. It's different than shopping in person. I'm sure if I saw it in person, I saw the quality, it would be a little bit different. I was thinking to myself, like, this is how I think. So what is the difference between style and fashion? Okay, so fashion comes and goes. It's seasonal, it's very transient, and then style is forever. So what I mean by this is fashion, there are trends. I love style, so I always say feminine style. Like for my channel, I'm a style blogger, not a fashion blogger, where I totally love trends. Don't get me wrong. I wear trends all the time, especially I have a capsule wardrobe and it gets really boring really fast. Have to spice it up with some new things. I have a lot of things that are new that I wear all over and over again, and then the things that I don't find myself wearing that I realize, oh, this trend isn't staying around as long as I thought. I sell it on my Poshmark store, which is linked below. Give me a follow. I'd love to share your items to my 20,000 followers. Style is, I don't know, like I'm just speaking from my heart right now because I had like this sudden urge to create this video. Fashion is just that. It's hot for a minute. It comes back in 20 years. Like Y2K is huge right now, and there's like that quirky Gen Z outfits that I'm seeing that I actually grew up with. Like I was 5 in the year 2000. I see style as completely different. So style is when you have like taste. Not a lot of people have taste, which is perfectly okay. The world is not meant for every single person to be extraordinary. That's why there's an average, which is totally fine. If you're average, you're still amazing, you're still special, you're still unique, you're still one of a kind. Nobody's lived your experiences. I was thinking, like, what is the average style? Because there was this actress, this Chinese actress, Fan Bingbing. She was recently in an American movie. She was on the red carpet like about 10 years ago, and she had this beautiful outfit. She had this head wrap, a turban kind of, very haute couture, and it was really beautiful. Apparently on the way to the event, it was like some premiere for a film, it was a sweater and she wrapped it around her head. And I think that's style. When you know what looks good and you wear it anyway and you don't care what people think, because she looked amazing. It was memorable too, and I think that's part of the glamour of fashion and style. It's a form of expression. Just as a disclosure, this is all anecdotal, this is not factual, so don't take what I'm saying as like fact to like share with your friends, like unless you're having a discussion about fashion versus style. I was in the IKEA parking lot where this woman was this woman was like definitely past middle age, so she was like in her 50s, maybe 60s, and she was wearing all logos, like all logos. Logos are not fashion, logos are not style. I personally don't care if people wear logos. Like, I'm gonna digress into this, but let me just get through this. She was wearing Dior shades, a Gucci jacket, and then her bag was Fendi, and then her boots were Chanel, and then her pants were YSL or something. I just thought, this woman is a walking billboard. You are not a billboard, you are a human being. This woman was like trying to show off her status, and like, yeah, in fashion there is prestige. I have another video up here on how to become a fashion model based off Ashley Mears' book Pricing Beauty, because she was a fashion model and then has like a doctorate in sociology and psychology. A lot of the market in business is a lot of psychology. She talks about the difference between fashion that's commercial versus fashion that's editorial, and what makes it different is in commercial fashion it's all about making money, which is a whole other subject, but it's very remarkable in its own. Editorial fashion is more about like the prestige and like the glamour of fashion, where a lot of companies go into debt or lose money to get their brand to be known as a higher status thing, to be more like coveted. That's why a lot of people like fashion. Also, there's the people who are in between. There's obviously a lot of subcategories of people who are interested in fashion and style. I'm not disregarding you, don't worry. I love all of you, and I was that kind of person who would wear a logo to be like a walking billboard, like, I'm wearing Chanel today, I'm wearing Hermes today. And I like look at my closet right now in front of me, my bag closet and my shoes. I don't have a lot of bags. I don't have a lot of shoes. I think compared to like to the average person, I do have a lot of bags, but like to people who are like real collectors, I do not shine a candle to them. I look at them and I would never wear them today, so like I just appreciate them for myself, because it was definitely a time where I learned about myself and realized I was really going through something and I was trying to show off something I wasn't. So like I'll have like a really expensive bag, let's say like some designer bag, and then I would walk into my Prius and I was like, there's a disconnect here. I'm not one to say don't wear a bunch of logos. I think it looks better if like the logo's smaller. If you wear a logo because you just happen to like the style, it's a whole different story. But I'm here wearing J. Crew and Forever 21 telling you this. So like I'm mixing style, but I'm creating a style because I love pastels and it's really soft and comfortable. This is cashmere and then this is cotton. So if you have a bag in the store and I see if it's a designer, if it has a logo or not, if it's design, if it has like this incredible style that I really like, I completely disregard the logo. If it has a logo or not, I completely disregard that it has a designer label, and I don't see it, but I look at the bag and I think, wow, this is a beautiful bag. I will definitely buy it. And then on top of it, if it's incredible quality, I will even more definitely buy it. I am even more certain in my definitive decision of purchasing this item. I love quality because I have like some fashion hauls coming up with some really high quality accessories. I love talking about fashion, could talk about it for hours. I love talking about style, obviously. This kind of hit me different when I saw like this bag on Forever 21 that's $18. That's like a dupe for a Coach bag. I remember thinking like my first Coach bag was like this little $90 little clutch that I absolutely loved. My dad got it for me and I was 14 years old and I was like, this is so chic. That to me was the world. That to me was like a Birkin Himalayan Palladium hardware, whatever, like $100,000 purse. And it was like, this is so cute, but not because of the status, but because of, I genuinely thought this was cute. All of my clothes go with this. It's small because I'm petite and I love small bags. I just love the style of something, and that's when I purchase something, and that's how I know I love style versus fashion. I love trends. Yes, I don't love a lot of trends because like a lot of trends are wild right now. Like sagaciously stating this, there are some supermodels out there who have fashion brands. The thing is, they're supermodels. They can wear anything. Like just putting that out there. Obviously that's their job to look good. They get paid to take care of their bodies and to eat well, to exercise, or just like look at a certain frame, and that's perfectly okay. Specifically, runway models are meant to be a walking hanger. That's why they're so thin and that's why they're so tall, so the clothes can hang. You don't see a person's body, you see the clothes, so that you can purchase the clothes and then put it on your body and it looks different. I will see these models having fashion brands. The clothes are very trendy and they're hideous. I will flat out say that. Where sometimes I want to challenge myself and get the clothes and try it on. I will try on a trend to see if I can work it in my own eyes, not comparing myself to the model or whatever, but putting myself in my own eyes and seeing how I can make this beautiful. So I think that's like part of style. But then also I see a lot of people who are trying to be associated sometimes. This is not for everybody. I mean, a lot of women are also like trying to see how they suit in the style and they feel beautiful. That's great. And then I also see other people who are trying to be trendy adjacent. What I mean by this is like they want to be like the supermodel. They think they can do the same thing, but the trends don't suit them. It doesn't flatter them. The whole point of designers a long time ago when they first came out were not just self-expression, because like a lot of designers are incredible artists, obviously. They wanted to have their style and dress up a socialite. So like a really wealthy person who can afford their style, they would say, I have this idea, I'd love to collaborate with you and your body fits perfect for this, or this let me work with your body, see what I can do and come up with. Because it was meant, especially for men and women, suiting for suits and for clothes, all kinds of dresses, suiting was to flatter you. So there was a designer who would make a clothes constructed from scratch, would create something just for you so that you look incredible, not so that the clothes are wearing you. And I feel like a lot of trends and style is like that today. It's like, oh, you're wearing those, that means you're really on trend. On trend is cool, but like having style, another whole other thing. They say to keep it simple. When I say they, I mean like other style bloggers that I listen to who are about like elevated style. I love looking polished and put together. I'm not out here trying to look rich. I can afford all these things. No, I'm out here saying work with what you have, express yourself, keep it simple. If you want to look polished and put together, that's a healthy look. Like not trying to like pin your status. It's very like nouveau riche. Nothing is wrong with nouveau riche. It means you're self-made. It means like in this time, in this age, you're the one who made your money. A lot of middle class like looks nouveau riche where they like buy an expensive car, they like logo stuff. Nothing is wrong with logos, but like have style style about it, because there's a lot of designer styles. So I'm gonna get into that some more. There's a lot of people who like look polished and put together. They say keep it simple, because then nobody can categorize you. The way I dress, people don't know that I'm a metalhead. I used to be a metalhead. Like I toured with several metal bands. I played guitar, lead guitar, and like shredded the heck out of guitar. I was also a classically trained musician with other instruments, and people don't know that, oh, I like horseback riding. Well, just by looking at me, you probably don't know that I dress a certain way. It doesn't pin me down to anything. Like I dress so simply that people can't say, oh, you're this kind of person, you're that kind of person. That's what I like about people who don't dress like in a niche. Very open way to express yourself, very egalitarian way of dressing. So like when people like look punk rock, have a crazy haircut, like a mohawk, like piercings and crazy tattoos, I grew up with that. I don't like dressing within a classification, within a niche, with being categorized, because then people categorize you automatically. It's a very human nature thing. We've been doing it for a long time because we like things we're familiar with, which is perfectly okay. I read a ton of books on this, so it's really interesting. Check out my book reviews. When people categorize you, it gets less exciting. So I think I like to be a little bit unpredictable, and I like when people are very deep and you look at them and you don't know how deep you are until you like sit down and get to know them personally. I don't like being pigeonholed when they say, oh, you're this, you're punk rock, so it must also mean that you're this, this, and this. You're punk rock, so it also must mean that you're vegan and you have tattoos and you love this band, or whatever it may be. When people have transitional property categorization, but we do need that sometimes. When you keep it simple, like the most formal shoes are the ones that are the simplest. If you look at specifically like men's tuxedo shoes or women's dresses, if you go to like a white tie event, the highest formal level of proper dressing, all the rules to attend that event, you have to dress a certain way. Men's fashion is very different to women's fashion. A lot of the history of fashion, like King Regent did this, and this one Earl and this one Duke did this, that's why we wear things like this, etc. In men's shoes, the sleeker it is, like the less embellishment, the less like if there's no laces, the more formal it is. The more embellishments, the more casual it is. So it's really interesting that the more polished you are, the simpler your clothes look. So if you want to look polished, wear like a classic button-down shirt, crisp slacks. Back to the IKEA lady in the parking lot, she was wearing all of these logos. I don't think she understood, maybe she did understand, and she was sharing her like love of fashion and like screaming about it, but I think it was more about status, like showing I have like just a lot of expensive stuff and I threw this on together. Maybe she was like running to IKEA. I don't know her situation. You never know anybody's situation, so never judge them, never criticize them. I was like, okay, in my head I was like, Dior is known for having this silhouette. When I think of Dior, I don't think of glasses, I think of this silhouette. But it is the Christian Dior, or Maison Christian Dior haute couture design that is in fashion, to be high street fashion, to make haute couture more available to the people. What they did was make more lower end things more affordable for the public by giving things like belts, accessories, shades, bags that the public could afford. So that's literally the House of Christian Dior's doing. They're the ones who invented fast fashion, and in the 80s it blew up. Christian Dior, the design of the dresses were like this, like literally like the A-line skirt with a cinched in waist. It was like kind of offshoot of Gabrielle Chanel. So Chanel was the one who came out with like the cool girl style, the loose fitting dress, the shift dress. Givenchy is like known for the little black dress, like if you see Breakfast at Tiffany's, famous Audrey Hepburn movie. The style of YSL, Yves Saint Laurent was very like rock and roll. Like when I see someone wearing YSL, like I don't think they understand how rock and roll they are, like how rock and roll originally the brand was, and like his history, his background, and how he put that into art. You can see that a lot in his fashion, all that influence going on, where like you see Angelina Jolie in like a tuxedo, and like any woman in suiting, that's like YSL to me. It's like rock and roll, huge like platforms and like black shades. Vivienne Westwood, known for her wild corsets, same with Boucle, but in a completely different way, just like corsets reimagined. Beautiful feminine shape that's like a landscape. Alaya, known for the bodycon dress, iconic. I used to want to be a designer growing up. I would sketch. I still like think about all of this stuff. When people see these logos, when I see these logos, this is what I immediately think of. I'm like, but is this person rock and roll? Is this person who's wearing YSL, do they know like the meaning of what they're wearing? Do they understand what they're representing? Not everybody knows all the history of the bags. I can see how one can appreciate it. However you express yourself, I can appreciate that. I was that person. If I have expensive things, if I have more, then it means I am more. Like I am more validated in myself. But then now I look back and I'm like, why did I do that? Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. And now I have like this huge expensive collection that if I have a daughter, everything's going to her. I don't regret a thing, obviously, because I have a lot of colorful, beautiful things in my room to look at now. It's a lot of time, effort, and energy put into the stuff I have in my room. I'm like doing stuff in my Poshmark store. I just wanted to know your thoughts in the comments below, what you think of fashion, what you think of style. Growing up, I would read Teen Vogue cover to cover. I would steal Teen Vogue from the store. And my parents were like, where did you get this? My stepmom thought it was really materialistic, when the truth was I saw this Givenchy bag at like the very back of Teen Vogue, because at the very back they're always like showcasing this like very unique item. It was like this bunny backpack. It didn't have a label on it. It was just a bunny backpack. It looked like a stuffed toy that you put as a backpack, and it was so cute. And I had very cutesy style. I thought that was like really cute, that bag. I wasn't like, oh, it's Hubert de Givenchy, so then I'm gonna be known as some high status woman. No, it was like I was probably 12 or 13. I saw that and I was like, I want that. That's cute. That's cute. I wasn't there for like the label. I was there for the style. I was there for the fun and just like the enjoyment and expression of the style. So I think style and fashion are two separate things. Obviously they are. They're two different words. They can be synonymous and they can be confused for one or the other. I just wanted to clear that up. That's my definition. What's yours? Give me a comment below, and I want to like open up a discussion. I really just love hearing what you guys have to say, and I really want to find my community of style lovers and fashion lovers. Subscribe and sign up to the link in the pinned comment, my weekly newsletter where I send out feminine style 7 weekly outfit ideas that you'll find also on this YouTube channel. I have tons and tons of videos coming out really soon. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for watching me ramble. I'll see you later.